Hello and welcome back. In our last video, we explored data types in Python, learning how to work with different kinds of data. Today, we are moving one step further to explore control flow, which allows us to decide what happens in our program and when. Let's start with conditional statements, or as I like to call them, Python's decision makers. This includes if, elif, and else statements. This allows your program to make decisions based on conditions. In this example, we check if age is greater than or equals to 18. If this condition is true, Python prints you are eligible to vote. But what if the condition is false? Here, we add an else statement to handle the scenario where the condition isn't met. If age is less than 18, Python will print you are not eligible to vote yet. It's as simple as that. What if you need to check multiple conditions? That's where elif comes in. It's short for else if and allows you to check another condition if the first one is false. In this example, the program first checks if the temperature is greater than 35. If that's not true, it checks if it's less than 15. If neither condition is true, the Python executes the else block. You can chain multiple elif statements together to handle more complex decision making. Here we check different grade ranges. Python will execute the first condition that's true. So if the grade is 85, the program will print you got a B. Now that we know how to make decisions, let's move on to loops. Loops allows us to repeat a block of code multiple times, saving us from writing repetitive code. We'll start with the for loop. A for loop is used to iterate over a sequence, like a list, string, or range of numbers. In this example, we loop through a list of fruits. Python goes through the list one item at a time and prints each fruit. The first time, it prints apple, the second time banana, and so on. We can also use range with for loops to repeat a block of code a specific number of times. Here, we use range of 5 to loop from 0 to 4, printing the numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Remember, the range function excludes the final number, so range of 5 stops before 5. Next, we have while loops. These loops continue running as long as a condition is true. In this example, the loop runs as long as count is less than 5. After each iteration, we increment count by 1. When count reaches 5, the loop stops. Now let's talk about control flow tools that modify the behavior of loops. The break statement allows us to exit a loop prematurely. In this loop, as soon as I equals to 5, the break statement terminates the loop. Python stops printing at 4 even though the loop was supposed to run until 9. On the other hand, continue skips the current iteration and move to the next one. In this case, when I equals to 2, Python skips the print I statement and moves to the next iteration. The number 2 is missing from the output. Python also allows us to use else with loops. The else block runs only if the loop completes normally, meaning it wasn't interrupted by a break statement. In this example, the loop runs 5 times and then prints loop completed. If we add a break, the else block won't execute. Before we wrap up, let's take a quick look at nested loops and conditions. You can place one loop or conditional statement inside another to handle more complex scenarios. Here, for example, value of I. The inner loop runs twice, printing values of I and j. Nested loops and conditions can be powerful, but watch out. They can slow down your program if overused. Today, we have covered conditional statements, loops, and some advanced control flow tools. These are essential building blocks that help you control the behavior of your Python programs. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for listening so patiently and staying with me till the end. Love, take care, and always keep spreading positivity.